Alrighty, well, hello everybody, and I'm going to make a video here real quick. I've been talking, this is video 680. It's going to be a story. I am watching on my computer. I'm not allowed to go beneath 150 hertz, 152 hertz actually, and I don't think I'm going to have a trouble doing that, although our voices do go up and down, and my voice definitely does go down. Like right now, it's kind of in the low. When I go down low, like that, I'm definitely in the low part. But my voice goes up and down. It's my voice. But anyway, I've been reading different monologues and had some funny monologues that I've read. But they're kind of like when you're reading a monologue, and I guess I'm not an actor, I'm not an actress. And so for me, it's like I'm reading a story that doesn't really say anything. And so I figured I'd tell a story instead, and that way it's, a genuine story from my life. So I'm going to tell you the story about how I crashed my plane into a tree when I was a little younger. You'll see the red biplane behind me up there. That's not the plane that I crashed, but one weekend I had crashed a plane. It was a T-28 actually, I think. It was a Navy trainer, and I had crashed it into a tree, and I was so frustrated because the tree was so tall, and so I couldn't, obviously I tried my best trying to get to the tree. I thought about climbing the tree, not in my present form, obviously. I was a little bit younger. A lot lighter, a little more muscular, and I didn't do it. And of course, I got a lot of crap when I got home because I lost my tree. I was a T-28 Trojan, the Navy trainer. But anyway, so a couple weeks later, I was out flying again, and I was flying a much smaller plane. And it went into a tree. And I thought, I'm going to get this plane. I'm not going to lose another plane to a tree. You think about Charlie Brown and the kite-eating tree. So I climbed up this tree. I don't know where the strength came from. It was about maybe 40 feet in the air. Climbed up into the tree. I rescued the plane. I threw the plane out of the tree, and then I started to climb down the tree. And I got to the bottom branch, and it was probably, I don't know, maybe 10 feet, okay? And I just said, well, hell, I'm, 6 foot tall. If I hang from this branch, then my feet are only like 4 feet off the ground, right? I mean, I can survive that. Ooh, just that went kind of low on the. Sorry, I had to watch the meter. I got so excited about I was telling my story. Excuse me. See, there I go. There I also dip below. Boy, it's kind of hard to keep it above when you not think about it. Anyway, so as I was hanging from the branch, I said, okay, let go, and I did. And when I did, I heard a huge crunch in my leg, and as it turns out, I actually broke my foot in a couple different places. I broke my leg, and I can remember sitting in the back seat of the minivan as my then wife drove me to the hospital, and just how bad I felt, my leg immediately swelled up, to protect itself, I guess, and in reaction from being broken. But when I was in the hospital, word got out that, I was a pilot, and I had crashed my airplane into a tree, and I hurt myself getting out of the tree. And so all of the nurses and everything, they thought it was like a real airplane, and like a Cessna, and I crashed my Cessna into a tree. So I had, and I didn't know that. I just kept on talking about, yeah, I flew it into the tree. I had to, it's, you know, wind came and blew it over, whatever. And so, I had like the admiration, or it was a great story to tell, I climbed out of the tree, the wreckage above me or whatever. Um, but sure enough, my ex-wife let the cat out of the bag. No, he flew his plane into a tree. It was a little plane. But anyway, so it's a true story though. I can't lie. Um, to do it over again, no, I would have let the plane go by. But you can understand where I was coming from. I had already lost a plane, and I didn't want to lose another one. So you can't exactly blame me for that. So anyway, I'm looking at the monitor and I can feel my voice getting a little tired. Like I said, I've done about maybe four or five monologues, and I can definitely hear my voice is getting a little narrow. Maybe and of course, then I clear my throat, whatnot. That does feel better. Kind of cleared the phlegm out too. But anyway, so that's a story about how I crashed my plane, and I'll go back and listen to it. I don't, it's one of those things. Much like I've said before, I think if a person is really, really trying to be authentic and they're saying what they really feel as well as how they're saying it, then I think you have a real, it's one of those things. I feel like, again, even there you can hear my let's see if I can make it do it again. The voice gets very tinny, for lack of a better word. And again, I think that this is where it takes practice, and this is where the rubber meets the road. And I don't know. I don't know. When you talk to someone else, like in our daily interactions, we don't carry on long conversations with people. Usually it's, hey, how are you? I'm fine. Maybe did you have a good weekend? Yeah. We have these conversations, and I almost wonder again, you just have to have a lot. Maybe you just have to have a lot of those conversations. And the other thing is, again, if you're happy with how you sound, then, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. Um, but this is me talking for 8 minutes, and from what I can see on the monitor, I've not gone below 152 hertz, so I guess we passed. And this is probably maybe the third time that I've really sat down and tried to speak. But I wanted to tell you a story that is from my heart, from my experience, and it's an authentic story. It's not something made up like a monologue, oh, Charlie, you break my heart. Da, da, da. I mean, it doesn't, I mean, I guess that's where, ooh, did you hear my voice? I guess that's where, as an actress, you can convince someone that you're being very authentic. Um, I don't know. Again, that's where I have to learn. And this is also where, this is why I'm hiring a voice coach, you know, so that it's, they can tell me what I'm doing, not doing. The thing that I remember from this last week was to try and remember where your tongue is and to try and take up space in your mouth so you don't reverberate. And that can be kind of tricky, you know? Um, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll have to see. What is the perfect voice? Is is it just what comes out of your mouth? Again, if you're, I feel like, when I'm getting strangled by these headphones, there we go, that's better. But I feel like, again, if you, if you're authentic, I don't know. See, again, I'm developing a very flat area of my voice that is resonance. And maybe again, maybe it's just a matter of practice. And I don't know. I don't know. This is brand new. This is brand new to me. And we just have to see how it pans out, you know? I don't know. I don't know. This journey continues, you know? It continues. It continues. We, uh, we don't know what the future holds, you know? All right, on that note, I'm going to sign off. And my voice is being very funky. So I guess it fits. But I wish you the best of luck in your pursuits. And definitely the best of luck in becoming your authentic self. All right. Bye bye. Good luck.